This right here, this is what happens when a pumpkin patch builds a real roller coaster. But here's the thing, this wasn't even supposed to be the highlight of our day at Vala's Pumpkin Patch. At least not for me. Let me explain. We arrived at Vala's Pumpkin Patch just outside Omaha, Nebraska, right when they opened. Now we've been to a lot of pumpkin patches across the country, but Valas has something different going on. The place was already buzzing with families, and you could feel the energy. The kids had heard rumors about something new this year, and they were on a mission. But first things first, we started with the classic pumpkin patch experience, the train ride.
Alright, what are we about to do?
Do a train ride!
Woo.
This is your standard pumpkin patch train. Takes you around the property and gets everyone in the fall spirit. The kids loved it. I love that it gave me 5 extra minutes to figure out our game plan for the day. Because here's the thing about Valas, there's a lot to do. And with limited time and kids with unlimited energy, you've got to be strategic. So after the train, we hit the ground running. Alright, game plan time. We decided to start simple. Let the kids burn off some energy at the games while we figured out our route. And here's where Valas starts to surprise you. These aren't your typical carnival games. They've got this whole western town setup with games that actually feel different.
Oh, I almost got the jackpot!
Get it, Max. Oh, you got it. Oh, Wesley. Man.
Oh!
Whoa! Good job.
The boys were locked in on nearly every game, and honestly, so was I. But we had a lot more to see, so we couldn't stay here all day. Little did we know, things were about to get even more interesting. So this Prairie Hill town area, this is where Valas really starts to show off. It's like they built an entire Old West town playground just for photo ops and exploration. The kids were running between buildings, playing tag, and we're just trying to keep up. What I appreciated here is that it's not just decorations. Everything's interactive. The kids could actually go inside buildings, ring bells, and work at the general store. But then we spotted something that made the boys' eyes light up. A maze. Not just any maze, a pirate maze. And you know what? We had to check it out. Now I'll be honest, I thought a maze was just a maze. Walk around, find the exit, done. Wrong. This pirate-themed maze had the kids convinced we were lost. Alright, we might actually be lost. Dead ends everywhere, the walls are taller than you think, and there's this whole treasure hunt element that keeps them engaged. It took us way too long to get through, and by the end, the boys were ready to conquer something even bigger. Which, as it turns out, was perfect timing, because we were about to face something a lot scarier than a maze. The boys saw the haunted house and insisted they were brave enough, and I'm thinking, how scary can a pumpkin patch haunted house be? Turns out, pretty scary. Look, I'm not saying I screamed, but if I did scream, it was purely to make the kids feel better about their screaming. By the time we stumbled out of there, we were all running on pure adrenaline. The boys were talking a mile a minute about what scared them the most. And that's when I realized we'd been so focused on activities, we hadn't even touched the rides yet. And friends, the rides at Valas, they're not your typical pumpkin patch attractions. Trust me on this. After that haunted house intensity, we needed something pure and simple. Enter the big slide. The boys went down this thing probably 10 times. Gravity and burlap sacks. Sometimes it's that easy. But we were just getting warmed up. Next up was something called Nick and Marty's Mad Farmer Experiment. And I'll be honest, I had no idea what to expect. Turns out, it's this tractor-pulled ride, and the kids were into it. There's animatronics, there's a narrative, there's this whole immersive experience that's happening while you're being pulled through the farm.
What are they making, Max? Pumpkin pie.
What impressed me is that Valas didn't just slap some decorations on a hayride and call it a day. They actually created an experience. The boys were pointing out details, completely engaged. And just when we thought we'd seen everything Valas had to offer, the boys spotted something that made them stop in their tracks. A carousel. Now look, I know we're building toward that roller coaster, but there's something about a classical carousel that you just can't skip. This wasn't some rusty carnival leftover. This was a gorgeous, well-maintained carousel with hand-painted horses and that classic organ music. And here's the thing, while the boys were riding, I noticed something. Every few seconds they'd look over toward that roller coaster in the distance. The anticipation was building. They'd been patient all day, hitting every activity, every ride, but now they were ready. Alright, the moment we've been building toward all day. The runaway grain wagons. The thing the boys had been talking about since we pulled into the parking lot. They were trying to play it cool, but I could see it. That energy mix of excitement and, wait, is this actually scary? That first climb, dead silence from the boys. Just the click, click, click of the chain lift. And then... pure joy. They were loving every second. This right here made it all worth it. Until Max's Minions hat flew off. Somewhere between that first drop and that final turn. He was pretty bummed. We ordered him a new one when we got home, but lesson learned. The boys still had a blast, and the adrenaline was still pumping long after.
Well, how was it?
Good, and you should ride it.
What happened?
You should ride it.
Secure your stuff before you get on the ride, folks. So after all that, the roller coaster, the haunted house, the games, the rides, you might be wondering, did we actually get pumpkins? Nope, because we already had a trunk full from our last adventure. If you want to see where we go for pumpkins on a budget, I covered 8 different patches around Omaha in this video right here. But back to Valas. If you want a full day experience that'll actually tire your kids out, this is it. We spent over 6 hours here. The boys are already asking to come back next year, and honestly, worth every penny. I'm Kyle with Bomb Bros Adventures. Thanks for coming along.
If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button.
For more adventure videos, go to our YouTube channel, Bomb Bros Adventures, where you can follow along on our journey.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.